seen someone ask this question and it got me to thinking, you're right. Why haven't the Latin community called on the Asians that's in California to go out and march and help? Why is the call of action only to black people? I just really want to know because they call themselves the model minority. So they supposed to be smarter, more educated. This is all per them. Why haven't y'all called on the Asians? Why do they get to sit back and chill? We already know they out to pew pew us. Let me know. Get down in the comments because I want to know. That's an interesting question.
I answered this question in my pinned video, but here's the thing. One, no Asian person calls himself model minority. It's like, seriously, being a good citizen isn't the most difficult thing in the world. It's not something to, like, we are taking credit for, or, it's like not a badge of anything. It's just being a good, productive citizen. Everyone else labels Asian people model minority. But so what? That's the thing where, again, she kind of said it. Being a good citizen. That's why, we're not fighting with the government because they are following laws of the land. And here's the thing where, I'm sorry, this is why the illegal, Hispanics or, immigrants, illegal immigrants asking for the black community's help. They know the black community is always looking for a fight. Always looking for a fight, especially against the white man. If it's a white man, they will jump in arms because they always against the white man. If it's anything about the white man, they will definitely say shit. They would definitely jump to have a fight against the white man. Because everyone knows the black community is always screaming problems about the white man. So they're easily manipulated. If you talk about racism, right? Talk about racism, the black community will jump up. And if you say that, we're fighting, the black community is ready. Because they constantly want to fight. And here's the thing where Asian community, why are you fighting? How is that? This is the thing where she said it. Smarter, more educated. It's smarter, not worry about those kind of shit. Worry about yourself, your family, your community, your country. Not about how your country, implements their laws. If you do care about it, go about it the right way. Elect correct officials. This is a thing where the country has elected Donald Trump to do this very thing. Deport illegal immigrants. We knew it on the campaign trail. So it's not that crazy. Again, why is it so difficult for so many people to be just good, productive citizens? To care about your community, i.e. your community and your family, and yourself, i.e. trying to better your future. Worry about that. It's like, not every single thing needs to be a fight. Especially, serious, it's like, this is the thing where it's funny, that this is why Americans are so entitled. You go to any country, you overstay your welcome, or you are there illegally, you cross their borders and stay there illegally, they will kick you out. But only in America, somehow it's a fight that we need, that illegals need to stay. Stop it with that bullshit. It's like, and I said this before, maybe the Asian community is doing it right. You ever think about that? Maybe they're doing it right. Because honestly, the Asian community as a minority group, they are doing quite well financially. Right? Families are doing well financially. Self-reflect. So many other communities are doing very poorly. So, and this is the thing where they know that it's easy to fearmonger with the black community. Because I get in my comments, right? You're next. You're going to be next. Really? Where are they going to deport me? New Jersey? I mean, that's where I was born. You're next. Oh, there's a target on you. Really? They know the black community easily fall for victimhood. Easily fall for the white man boogeyman. No, I mean, Asian community is not scared of the white man. We don't even care about the white man. Right? We care about our own community. We care about our family. We care about, ourselves and the future. Right? We care about our future generations. Working hard, persevering, saving, budgeting, investing. We care to improve our own lives. And I'm sorry, worrying about if illegal immigrants are deported does not benefit that. It doesn't benefit that. The black community, they could care less. They could care less. They care about, marginalized communities, which is cool, which is good. But, pick your battles. The illegal immigrant marginalized community, seriously? I mean, they shouldn't be here. They got unlucky and found out, well, now you gotta suffer those consequences. So, it's just ridiculous. I'll say this, right? I'm a nobody. I'm a nobody, but it's like I've been seeing so many people asking Asian creators to speak up about the whole uh riots in LA and all these deportation things. This is something that a lot of people don't understand. Asian people, we support the country. We support the betterment of the country. We support that. So what is there to say? What is there to say? We support the deportations of illegals. It is honestly tiring because here's the thing: we want the country to be better. We want the country to be better. We want the country to, if you did it legally, if you stand in line, if you paid the price, right? You paid the money and all that. You did all the process, the paperwork, all the stuff, which usually most Asian people do. Why would we care about someone jumping in line, crossing the border, and all this stuff? Why should we, you know, be happy about that? We're not really this is the thing where we're not really dependent. Asian people aren't really dependent on uh you know migrant labor, right? Not like other people. We're not really dependent on migrant labor. So we're not gonna cry that the U.S. is pretty much backing what they promised. The U.S. promised, or this presidency promised, that they would deport illegal immigrants. They're doing that. Why are you crying? Why are you crying about it? This is the thing where, you see it like these immigrants are waving the flags of other countries, burning down the flag of the U.S., and then you think Asian people want to support that? No, they want to stay away from that. They don't want to be grouped in with these people. That's the thing. Asian people want to, focus on themselves and their community and their country. They don't want to be grouped in with these people. So really, stop asking Asian influencers to speak up about it, because you won't like what they say. You won't like what they say. So really, it's better off that they do the content that they're doing instead of, say things you don't like. Because here's the thing: Asian people don't want to focus on the negativity and, you know say what they're really thinking. Deport, right? Deport illegal immigrants. They are fine with it.
Into the model minority myth since they entered this country. You never see Asians protesting. You never see Asians as a group sticking up for other groups, sticking up for themselves, even though they benefit from the fight that black people and other groups do. They're the most white aligning minorities. And they want to just be like absent from society. They're almost like they exist in America to follow the rules, to not ruffle any feathers, and just to support whatever America does. And that is like white is right. That's the way forward. Now, that's not all Asians, right? That's not everybody in that community, but that's typically why they're not looking to Asians to have a fight. When have you ever seen Asians fighting? I really want you to think long and hard about that. As black people, when have you seen Asians at the forefront of any fight? The only time I can think in history that I can think of that is when the riots happened in LA and the Asians were fighting back against being attacked. Other than that, so yeah, that's why they're looking at black people and not Asians, because black people fight for everything. There's so much to unpack there historically with the way Asians arrived to this country versus the way that we exist in this country. No minority in this country exists how we do, because we've been here since before America was a country. So black people have been fighting since we came to this country 400 years ago. So the mentality of how they exist here versus how we exist here is just completely night and day. And I think that for them, assimilating as much as they can and being as quiet as they can is just also culturally for them. Asians are not really loud, boisterous people on top of that. I'm not making excuses for them, but that's just to answer your question. I don't think anyone would ever look to Asians to spearhead a fight. But black people, they know we have been putting our lives on the line for a half a millennia because that's our existence.
That was a response, or a kind of a critique or whatever about my video, one of my most popular video. I want to say this, right? I will never, never downplay the contribution that the black community has done to pretty much establish the rights of minorities in this country. I would never. They've done an amazing job, in my opinion. But here's the thing where it's going to be controversial. This is going to be controversial, and I'll probably get a lot of hate for this one too. This is the thing where whatever all his critiques about Asian people and stuff like that, okay, but let's take a step back. Let's take a step back and look at how the communities are doing, right? Constantly fighting. Constantly everything is about race, right? Constantly saying, oh, white is right, all that shit. Constantly fighting. Out of all the communities in the U.S., guess who's doing the best? Asian communities. They're doing better than even white communities. So maybe, okay, instead of, insulting Asian people or downplaying Asian people or, saying that, oh, Asian people don't spearhead any fights and stuff like that. How about stop fighting? How about stop fighting and make the system work for you? Who cares? Why do we always have to like play victimhood? Always have to fight each other? Why? Why must you always have to fight each other? That's the thing. Why must you always have to fight? Like let's fight against the white man. How about not coexist? How about not make the system work for you? Because here's the thing. It is a fact that Asian families, even Asian individuals, right, are doing better than most other ethnic groups in the U.S. In the U.S. You have to understand that maybe they're doing something right. Yeah, I get it. The whole model minority is like trying to be such a what is it? A jab. But so what? At the end of the day, this is the thing with Asian people. You can insult us. You can push us down. We will persevere. But we don't need to fight you to prove that we're better than you or prove that, we're winning the fight. That's the thing. That's the thing where, oh, Asian people are not spearheading any fights. Okay, but guess what? Asian people, they're winning the fight. They're already winning the fight. Because imagine this, a world where black families, even black individuals, GDP, income, earning-wise, they're doing better than white people. Imagine that kind of world, right? Imagine that kind of US, right? Imagine that kind of America where individual black people and black families are doing better income-wise than the white families, than white individuals. Would you be complaining about reparations? Would you be complaining about the white man putting you down? Would you complain about anything? Would you need to be in fights? Would you? So this is the thing where, how about, thinking about all this like, oh, black people and Asian people are different. Yeah, they're different. I'm sorry. They're smarter. They're going about life smarter. So, you want to compare and contrast, but I honestly believe, black people should follow Asian lead more than Asians should follow the black lead. This is funny. I think I'm the most hated guy on TikTok right now. Right now, I think I'm the most hated. And you know what? I don't care. Because of my last few videos about, I support America. I support legal immigration. I'm fine with the deportation of illegal immigrants. They have to get back in line and wait and, go through the right way. I support not viewing everyone by race, okay? Not caring if you're black, white, Asian, whatever. We're all Americans. I don't support the white man is evil. I don't support that shit. I don't support hating your country, right? Burning down your flags, waving the flags of other nations while living in this country. You're disgusting. I don't support, labeling myself a victim, right? Like some of my black detractors, okay? Always a victim, always the white man, okay? Be scared of the white man, the boogeyman, okay? The white man is the boogeyman. They put me down, okay? Trying to label me model minority. I don't give a shit, okay? I don't give a shit. Like I said in other videos, this is the thing. The Asian community, whether you like it or not, we don't need to fight everything, okay? Everything does not have to be about, fighting the white man, afraid of the white man, hating the white man. No, what we care about is, the betterment of our family, the betterment of ourselves, okay? We care about the betterment of our country that we're living in. Asian community, okay, Asian families, even Asian individuals, we are doing better than most minorities. We're doing better. Our Asian families are doing better than white families. So really, what does that say? How about stop making everything a battle? Stop fighting the white man on everything, okay? In 2025, we are all free, okay? We have all the opportunities, not the outcome, okay? We have all the freedom of opportunities. We're not owed freedom of outcome. We are not suffering besides making ourselves suffer. Stop making everything a fight. Stop making everything a black and white fight, But hey, I'm just a nobody Asian man saying the shit. But here's the thing. All this battling, all this fighting, all this hating your country, what is that getting you? All this thinking about the past, slavery, reparations, exclusion, all this shit about the past, I get it. I don't discredit, the ugly history. But here's the thing. Being shackled to your history does you what? How's that help your future? How's that been for you? Like this is the thing where my black detractors, how is blaming the white man for everything that's your problem, right? Everything that's happening, making the white man your boogeyman. How's that helping you? Are you doing better than ever? Because here's the thing, Asian people, they are. And they haven't been here as long as you. Right? They haven't been here as long as you. They have exactly the same rights as you. In 1 or 2 generations, Asian people are doing better than even white people. So how about stop your victimhood? Stop blaming the white man for everything. Maybe you'll do better. But hey, you know what? Again, like I said, I'm a nobody. But yeah, the most hated man on TikTok right now. Since I'm really hated, I'm going to double down. I'm going to double down. Who are you fighting? In 2025, who are you fighting? The white man? The white man. Some fictional white man. What white man? The government? The government that everyone has to deal with? How is the government hurting black people right now? That they're not hurting other people. What are they doing? What is the government doing? Usually crickets. Usually crickets. What? Cutting tax for the rich? So what? I mean, everyone's dealing with that. It's not a black versus white kind of shit. What's black people fighting? Police? Police. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe statistically, the police kill more white people than they do black people. Arresting? Okay, here's the thing. Let's say about the arresting thing. How about this? How about this? Stop committing crime. How about that? Stop committing crime. And then, you know what? The ones that are arrested based purely on prejudice, right? Racism. Those would stand out more. How about that, right? How about stop committing crime? Stop committing crime. Okay? Police killings, right? I want to go back to that. Like I said, police kill more white people than they do black people. Here's the thing. You want to combat the killings of black people? Why don't you talk about it from your brothers and sisters? All right? I'm going to go there because you know what? I'm so tired of this shit. The victim mindset. How is the fighting, right? How is the fighting helping you in 2025? I do not discredit all the achievements that, you know what, the black community's ancestors have done, right? People like this, they've done nothing. They've done nothing for the black community right now. All they do is, you know, complain a lot. They, you know, try to be victims. What rights are you passing? Right? What civil rights are you doing? What are you doing to push the community to the next level? What are you doing besides fighting the white man? What are you doing? Nothing. You're really doing nothing besides screaming victimhood. White man this. Oh my God, they're deporting illegal immigrants. It's so terrible. Really? Really? Is it terrible? I mean, like, again, you still don't care about your community. You care more about illegal immigrants than you do actual citizens. Because if you did, right, you would care about your brothers and sisters not being killed by each other. You would care that your brothers and sisters have more work, right? Their work is not undercut by illegal immigrants. Their wages aren't undercut by illegal immigrants. You would care about that, but you don't. You want to just blame the white man for everything. Stop it. What are you fighting in 2025? What? Donald Trump? Seriously, what? He just recently got into office. What were you fighting before? Biden? It's like, seriously, what are you fighting? It's just like this insanity that I need to fight. I need to constantly fight. How has fighting in the last 50 years helped the black community? Because here's the thing. Like I said in my video, Asian immigrants are doing better than the generational black people. Maybe, right? Fighting is what's getting you where you're at right now. Okay? Using the white man as a boogeyman, the excuse that the white man is putting you down, that's probably what's hurting your community. I'm gonna be blunt. I don't care how much people hate me. I don't care how, the outrage people have for me. I don't care. Right? Like me, hate me, I don't really care. I'm gonna be blunt. Hating the white man does nothing for you. Okay? And then the whole, I get these things call me like model citizen. Being a good citizen is your insult? Right? Being a good citizen, productive citizen is an insult? Well then, I don't care. Right? It's not gonna hurt me, you calling me a good citizen. This is the thing where, you know what, and we got some of the stupid young Asian people, yeah, the entitled ones that, you know what, their parents did the sacrifice so now they can be entitled and, be as woke as the left. No, you're stupid as well. So, I'm sorry. What are you fighting in 2025? Okay? And how has all the fighting you've done in the last 50, 20, 30 years have helped the black community anyway? Okay? And don't say that, just recently, whatever, Jim Crow, slavery. But isn't this? In 1 or 2 generations of Asian immigrants, they've already made more wealth than even white people, right? White families. Imagine that. Definitely made more than black families. Asian immigrants are doing better than even white people. Maybe fighting each other is getting you nowhere.
There's this guy trying to give reasons as to why Asians shouldn't advocate for what's happening in LA. I just want to say that he keeps saying we as if all Asians think the same. All right, we aren't a monolith. All right, even I won't say we as if I represent all Asians. And another thing is, you can support your country without being blindly loyal to it. All right, You know, you can push for it to be better, right? And then another thing he said is that Asians aren't dependent on undocumented labor. Well, I feel like that is just incorrect. If you go to a Chinatown, or if you go to Chinatown, K-Town, if you look at the staff, all right, most of the staff is undocumented, all right? Sometimes even the Asians themselves aren't even documented, all right?
Where's your proof for that? This is a thing where it's like, you're just assuming if they're Asian, and if they're in like a Chinatown or any kind of Asian establishment, they're undocumented. Why? I mean, seriously, where's your proof in that all these people are undocumented? It's like, I mean, come on. But here's the thing, right? Fine. Let's do this, okay? If they are undocumented, okay, so what? This is a thing where you make it seem like this is a thing where I honestly believe, right? It's either you're lucky or you did it right. One, if you didn't do it right and you're unlucky, you get deported. Okay, get back in line. This is the thing where why do we have to cry about everything? Why do we have to cry about everything? You know, one of the things I hate is making yourself a victim. That's one thing I really hate. Making yourself a victim. This is the thing where I personally believe, you know what? I'm going to speak for all Asians. I'm going to speak for all Asians. We don't want to be victims. We don't view ourselves as victims. Now I'm not saying I'm going to speak for the silent majority. We don't want to be seen as victims. So we will persevere. We will get back up and try again. So the ones that are undocumented and get deported, okay, what do you do? They get back in line. They will try it again. They would go through the process again. Because this is a thing where it's more about picking your battles, right? Picking your battles. It is not the most insane thing that a country you're living in, they are obeying immigration laws. I'm not going to cry about it. This is the thing. It's like one of the things where I hate that I feel like, let's say the black community, and people want to say, get the black community out of your mouth, but on my videos, the black community is really hating me. So it's that I honestly believe the whole victimhood, the whole crying racism, the whole white man is the problem. The white man is the oppressor. In the last 50 years of that mentality, it has not helped push the black community to achieve better. It hasn't. So this is a thing where I will always promote in my community, in my country, for all people, stop being a victim. Stop believing yourself as a victim. Stop believing the white man is the oppressor. Because here's the thing. That mindset does not help you at all. That won't do shit for you. This is a thing where, because the younger Asian generation, because their parents, their grandparents has done the legwork for them, did the hard work. Now the younger generation Asian people, they have nothing to worry about. And yet, because they have no worries, they are jumping ship to, let's say, the left, the Democrats, the woke, just to, I don't know, be a part of the thing. Because this is the thing where it's funny that, you know, people are saying that I'm trying to be close to the proximity of white people. Because here's the thing. It's usually the white people, right? White people that are so insane. You see all these rallies, right? You see all these rallies. A bunch of white people are, you know, jumping or right beside them. So really, am I close proximity to white people or not? I don't really think so. I think, and there's plenty of white detractors in my comments. And so, you know, but that's the thing where I just think it's stupid that we are so enamored, so crazy about, you know, we need the illegal immigrants to stay. Why do we? I don't care if you're Asian. I don't care if you're Hispanic. I don't care what you are. If your status is illegal and you get caught, you're shit out of luck. You have to get back in line. So, you know, I'm not gonna, probably I don't say we as in I'm speaking for all Asians, but I honestly believe I'm speaking for the silent majority. And to say that Asian people aren't a monolith, it's like, individualism isn't really that promoted in Asian culture. Come on. I mean, we should know that. We promote community rather than individualism. So really, and to be honest, here's the thing. I honestly believe the whole monolith is more productive for a nation than individualism. Because what does that get you? Selfishness. Whole lot of narcissists. Whole lot of egotistical people. Thinking that you know better than your country. So TikTok won't let me respond to all the haters, okay? Because they're saying I'm commenting too much. So they want me to, they're forcing me on a break. Here's the thing, I'm gonna make a video saying it. I don't give a shit, okay? I will stand by what I'm saying. I will support the Asian community. I will support minorities how I see fit. Okay? I will support us being better. I'll support us not being victims. I'll support us not hating our own country. I'll support us not hating the white man because what? He's white. I'll support us not caring about each other's skin tone. I'll support us, caring about legal immigration, our own citizens, and not caring about illegal immigration. Get back in line. I support America. I support minorities being better. Okay, getting better, doing better. Yeah, you wanna insult me about my looks? Whoop-de-doo. I mean, like, you make it seem like if I look better, you would all agree with me? Really? If I look better, would you all follow me? Would all my haters agree with the things I say if I look better? Seems like you're pretty shallow. And it's funny that the party that, wants to, talk about inclusivity, being very, stop racism, but are the most racist. And it's funny that you are here all chastising me about my views on illegal immigration, yet so many white people, black people, even stupid young Asian entitled people are telling me to go back home. Home where? I was born in New Jersey, fool. So stop it with your bullshit. I mean, like, you people are funny. You're weak-minded. You're being poisoned by white liberalism, okay? By white wokeness. That's the thing where a lot of these people think, oh my God, he's so, white proximity. No. It's the white people, the white liberals that you guys want to, cater to, want to suck up to, want to lick the boot to. White liberals want you to care about race, constantly care about race. White liberals want us divided, wants us broken families, want us to have broken families. Guess why? Because here's the thing, minorities are doing better. Asian minorities are doing better than ever. Because they don't give a shit about that. They're not playing white liberal games. But guess what? Who is? Guess what? Who is? Black community. That's why they're falling for the white liberals' agenda. Constantly thinking about race. Constantly angry about white men. Guess what that's getting you? At the bottom of the totem pole. And that shit is poisoning the young Asian people. The entitled Asian people. Because they didn't suffer. They didn't go through the hardships like their parents to try to get here. So they're entitled. So they go to college. They go to these universities. They get poisoned by white liberal talking points. And now we have these all these other minorities sucking up to white liberals. Stop being woke, right? Stop thinking you're better than anybody, because you are just as racist. You're just as disgusting. Body shaming me too. Funny coming from the left. Funny. You body shame. You're racist. You constantly talking about deporting people too. Seems like you're no better than who you're spewing against. So you guys suck. But it's not gonna do anything off my back. I'm gonna still make these videos. I'm gonna still make my point. So come at me. Okay, so this comment. It's wild that you come from an immigrant community that did not found but benefit from black people put up. We know they are actively getting the Latinos while silently getting your community. You said something that essentially was tone deaf, and you don't see yourself as a target. Here's the thing. This comment is foolish, but let me break it down. One, I have said, okay, on record in my videos that I respect and I acknowledge the efforts, the actions of black ancestors, what they have done to give modern day minorities rights. I 100% acknowledged it, 100% respect it. This is why I do love the black community as much as people like this are thinking otherwise. Because here's the thing, it's not about Latinos, it's about illegals, because I don't care if it's even Asian illegals. If you get caught, you're shit out of luck. You gotta get back in line, respectfully. Get back in line. Follow, right, America's immigration laws. You're shit out of luck. You didn't beat the system, right? You were unlucky. You got caught. You get deported. You gotta get back in line. This is the problem that I'm sorry with modern day black community. I said ancestors, right? Black ancestors, they did amazing. Today, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? You guys, as a community, are doing worse. You're at the bottom of the totem pole. So really, you are doing your black ancestors a disservice. So really, this is funny because your black ancestors would look at the community now and be disgusted. You haven't taken advantage of what they've done for you. But guess what? Asian people have. Asian communities, other minority communities, even, right, African immigrants have taken advantage of it. Most, if not all, other immigrant groups are doing better than the black community. So really, I'm sorry. I think right, people like this, the current black community, are more disrespectful to the efforts and actions of their ancestors. Because this is the thing, you are constantly thinking you're a target. You're constantly thinking you're a victim. You're using the white man as an excuse, okay, not to level up. Not to, focus on your education, focus on working hard, focus on not doing drugs, focus on not making baby mamas, focus on not having broken families, focus on budgeting, saving your money, investing your money, caring about each other's. Because here's the thing where I said it before, tone deaf? No. I'm gonna be blunt. You care so much that police harm or kill black people, which that's terrible, but you don't say shit when your brothers kill each other. You don't. The black community stays quiet when they kill each other. And that, right, is at a higher scale than the police do. But God forbid you actually care about your community, right? You actually talk about it to try to fix it. No, you want to protest on stupid shit. Needless fights, okay? Fighting the police, which I've said this before, I think the police system is shitty. I do. I think they are thugs, okay? I think they are pretty much legalized, thugs. Because they are terrible to all communities, right? They're terrible to white people. They're terrible to other people. So really, the police system is flawed in itself. Not because it's racist, that's flawed. It's a flawed system. It's average people gaining power over average people. Power corrupts absolutely. But this is the thing where, again, caring about you being a target. Why? Stop it. Stop using victimhood as an excuse. It's like you're fear mongering. You're like, oh, you should watch out. You're gonna be a target. You're gonna be next. How many comments I get like, you're gonna be next. You're gonna be next. No, I'm not. Where are they gonna deport me? To New Jersey? That's where I was born, right? Because you can't deport me to another country because that country will deport me back because I'm not a citizen of another country. That's such a stupid shit that a lot of people, they want to fear monger. You're gonna be next. You're gonna be next. Really? Next to do what? Stop being victims. Stop thinking you're a target. You're always a target. The white man is always out to get you. Because the black people I know, right? I surround myself with, they don't talk about the black. They don't talk about the white man. They don't care. The white man is not oppressing them. The white man is not like in their everyday life. But no. People like this, the liberals, the black liberals, the Democrat poisoned black people are constantly thinking about race, constantly, caring about the white man. It is hurting you as a community. Because here's the thing, you're constantly using the white man as a boogeyman. It is a detriment to your community because it blinds you from actual problems within the community. But hey, I'm a foolish Asian man. I'm a nobody. So no one's gonna listen to me. And you don't have to. But, maybe try to think of something different. So I've been getting a lot of pushback, right? People because I've been seeing that Asians are doing the best out of all minority groups, and we keep on getting I keep on getting pushback by it. Okay, Google it. Census, U.S. Census. Okay, at the top, Indian Americans, Filipinos, Taiwanese. Okay, all the way at the bottom. All right, let's say average white Americans are in the middle. So all these Asian people and all these other ethnic groups are doing better than white Americans. Okay, and then all the way at the bottom, okay, of the ladder, okay, are black Americans at the bottom. Okay, it doesn't say every individual black person. It is medium household income in the United States by ethnic group. Okay, this is U.S. Census. So really, hate me or not, this is statistical fact. All right, you don't see Indian Americans in these riots. Filipinos, Sri Lankans, Taiwanese, you don't see anyone, okay, in this group, in those riots, besides the delusional white liberals, Hispanics, illegal Hispanics, and then black people in every fucking battle in the U.S. It's like, it's like, you gotta think, how is all these other ethnic groups doing so well, doing so much better, okay, than even white people? Maybe, stop hating on each other, stop caring about stupid fights, and actually, work hard, save, budget, invest, care about the people around you, care about your communities. This is the thing where Asian people, they help out each other. They help out each other. They loan to each other. Banks aren't loaning to off the boat immigrants, okay? But other, their family members, friends, they loan to each other. They loan to each other to help out each other, because they know at the end of the day, you're not just helping out, some other person. You're helping out people that are in your community. So it's about helping out people. So many people asking Asian creators to speak up about the whole riots in LA and all these deportation things. What is there to say? We support the deportations of illegals.
Sir, you look like the immigration issue you're ranting about. So the projection is wild because you look very illegal.
We both look like it. Seriously, you look like an immigrant. I look like, immigration is just how you travel, right? How you got here. But luckily, ICE isn't going by looks, because then all, if not most, of Los Angeles would have been on those deportation flights. They're going by legal status. So really, this is a thing where, stop being ignorant. I don't understand. ICE is going by legal status. If it's because of how you look, every one of those protesters would have been arrested, would have been detained, would have been on a deportation flight. So really, how you look isn't that important. This is a thing where you absolutely insane. You want to judge people on how they look? No. My video, I judge people on their immigration status. So really, wake up. Stop being ignorant. You're not helping no one with your spew.
This is not they're doing protest. They're just doing just for to looting the stores and everything. So this is my store. Then I got the call from the ADT and they asked me that, okay, there is a break into your store. So I check in my things. I saw somebody's break into my store and call right away to police and my landlord. And I saw that they break into my store and they took a lot of merchandise from my store right now. This is so ridiculous. Doesn't look like this is for they're protesting for ICE or anything. This is they're doing just for the looting the stores and everything. That's crazy. We gotta go.
So I'm gonna break it down for you, all right? And if somebody wants to know what I mean by turn violent, all right, this is what I mean. If you resist lawful orders, you're going to jail. Let me be very clear about that. If you block an intersection or a roadway in Brevard County, you are going to jail. If you flee arrest, you're going to go to jail titled. because we are going to run you down and put you in jail. If you try to mob rule a car in Brevard County, gathering around it, refusing to let the driver leave, in our county, you're most likely going to get run over and dragged across the street. If you spit on us, you're going to the hospital and in jail. If you hit one of us, you're going to the hospital and jail, and most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have here. If you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at, because we will kill you graveyard dead. We're not going to play. This has got to stop.
And you wonder why Asians aren't a part of that silliness? You know, this is the thing where in the last few years, and you know what, I think pretty much there has been very few protests that don't turn into riots, violence, just hateful, disgusting, acts, right? So really, peaceful protest is it doesn't happen as often as you think. People are very bigotry, very violent, very just, this is the thing where this is why, right? Smart people stay away from that shit. Stay away from that shit, okay? Because it's never really truly peaceful. It's because these are a bunch of degenerates. These are a bunch of low IQ, low idiot people. Sometimes, not all the time, that do these stupid protests, right? And then they get riled up and do violent shit. So, yeah. And this is why this one, right? The whole LA thing, where I agree that black people are saying that they're not going to be part of this. They're not sticking their nose into this shit. They're done of it, and I agree, because Asian people, other minority groups have been staying away from all these shit because it doesn't help you. It doesn't contribute to your life. It doesn't improve your community. So, yeah, stop doing it.
It's not happening. We can get in trouble like that. Yes, we can. The fire department is right there. We can't do that. That's illegal. So you guys are telling us to do something illegal because you guys are doing something blocking the road right now. No, they're not. That's why all these people look.
This is the thing. I'm gonna be blunt. Yes, I speak for all my Asian communities, because here's the thing: we are being poisoned by the white liberal mindset. No, you people, right? The young, idiotic Asian youth are being poisoned by the white liberals, and their mindset is actually the whole trying to be like white people, right? It's the insane white people, right? That is stopping, honestly, productive minority community from being productive citizens, good citizens. Because, these psychotic white liberals have been so entitled, okay? So entitled that they don't care about being productive, because they're so entitled. They want to find problems in everything. They want to create that division. Honestly, I think these are the people that's sowing the divide, that's making us care about race, care about illegal deportation, because they're just bored white people. They're just bored white people. They think that their ideology is what you should follow. And this is the thing. I honestly believe more minorities should leave the left. Leave the Democratic Party. Stop feeding into letting them feed into your, poisoning you with delusions. That's the thing. Poisoning you with delusions. This is a thing where the white liberals do not want you to be productive citizens. Why? Because they want you to fail. They believe that if you aren't productive citizens, your community will only get worse. This is why, in my honest opinions, I speak for the Asian community. Because here's the thing. The Asian community, statistically, right? Our families do better than white families, okay, financially, in general, right? So they don't want that. They don't want that. That's why they're poisoning our stupid youth. Because sadly, our stupid youth is becoming entitled. They forget, and they don't know, and they don't understand the sacrifices their parents, their elders have made for them to be where they are now, entitled in America. So, I'm sorry, they're stupid. But here's the thing, I speak for you too. Because here's the thing, I want you to stop letting the left poison you. They want you to be unproductive citizens. They want you to be delusional. They want you to be hypocrites. So you can support the insanity. So you can be a part of destroying your own community. Just like, I'm sorry, the black community is doing. Because the white people know, let me keep on sowing the division. Let me keep on making you think about race every fucking second. How's that doing for your community? It's destroying your community. It's not making you be productive citizens. It's not making you improve your community, right? That's why you're at the bottom financially. And the white people know it. Sowing that hate defocus you from being productive, defocuses you from working hard and trying to improve your family, your community, you individually. So I'm sorry, you, my detractors, you want to be close to whiteness, right? You want to be close to the white ideals. Because here's the thing, I'm detracting from it. I'm talking about different, right? Because the white insane liberals, they want you worse than ever.
A large crowd quickly gathered to protest what they thought was an enforcement on undocumented immigrants. Now, a woman who was arrested protesting that day is shedding new light on what agents were really looking for. 27-year-old Isabel Lopez has been indicted on 4 counts, including obstructing, impeding, resisting, and assaulting officers. Authorities say that Lopez punched an FBI agent in the head, kicked and shoved other federal agents, and even threw a softball at the back of a Hennepin County deputy. And what Lopez and others thought was an ICE raid was actually part of a criminal investigation, one that yielded 900 pounds of methamphetamine. Multiple federal agencies executed search warrants at a number of locations. They are all connected to an investigation into drug trafficking, human trafficking, and money laundering. Officials say they recovered 900 pounds of meth from a Burnsville storage shed worth $22 to $25 million. Agents also seized gold-plated guns and portraits of Al Pacino's character from the movie Scarface. Lopez made an initial appearance in U.S. District Court. Remember, these are federal charges, and authorities say she will remain in custody pending a detention.
What now? All my detractors, okay? Right? This is the thing where my minority brothers and sisters, my Asian, right, community. This is what you want? This is what you're supporting? Human trafficking? That's what you're supporting? Drugs in our countries? Violence? This is a thing where stop it with your bullshit. Stop it with, like, this is the thing where, in my honest opinion, less minorities should be in the Democratic Party. Less minorities should be part of the left insanity. Because you guys are being poisoned. You guys are being poisoned. I'm getting so many delusional minorities in my comments. Stop it. You want to say that I'm, like, trying to be in white proximity? No. You minorities, okay, are being poisoned by the white liberals. You are being poisoned by the white liberals. They want to make your country worse than it is. Because, I'm sorry, white liberals right now are some of the most psychopathic, insane people. And it's turning, right, minorities into the same. We should be smarter. We should be smarter. But honestly, we're not. And I'm even more disappointed in some of the youth, the Asian youth. They're so stupid. They're being poisoned, okay, by the liberal mindset. Stop it with that bullshit. Stop it. You know, you guys need to wake up. Because you're not helping your country, your community. You are blindly following, okay, your party's indoctrination. So shut the fuck up.
Illegally. I'm gonna let you in on something. I genuinely do not give a fuck if somebody is here without documentation. Like, maybe that's a hot take. If that's their only crime, it's a victimless crime. If they are just here because they have family here and they want to make a better life for themselves, they should be put on a path to citizenship. That is the appropriate solution.
I think a lot of guys just start saying stuff in college to make liberal women like them, and then that just becomes like their personality after. Because what he's actually saying when you strip away the vibes is that we should be the first country on the planet to just not enforce immigration laws. Any third world immigrant that can scrounge up enough money for a plane ticket or just walk across the border, they just live here now. We just give them the papers. Then they just have access to, like, our social welfare programs, our healthcare system, our education system, our job opportunities, and then they can just flood local communities and disrupt their cultures, which I'm sure no one will take advantage of, and it won't be too many too, even though we've thrown rule of law out the window. And I'm sure no politicians will take advantage of this free-for-all policy, even though illegal aliens still count in the census, despite the fact that they can't vote, which actually boosts the number of representatives that a particular state has in Congress, which is basically like a 3/5 compromise minus, except it's 5/5 and there's no compromise. But no, everybody's good. Nobody would do that. It's like, it's just so stupid.
Maybe I want to get hate for this, okay? I saw an Asian creator talk about there should be more Asian creators talking about what's happening right now in the U.S. with all the riots, the things that are happening in California and stuff like that. Here's the thing where, and I'm a nobody, right? It's not big, nothing. But I figured I want to give my opinion too. This is the thing where nobody is owed the right to enter someone else's country. Nobody. It is not in your human right to enter someone else's country illegally. It's not. It is not your human right to do that. It is not your human right to stay in someone else's country illegally. It's not in your human right. This is a thing where, I'll be realistic. We live in a world of winners and losers. If you come to the country illegally, okay, and it just so happens that you get found out, that's how it works. You get found out, they deport you to your country of origin. I don't believe it's kidnapping, because you weren't meant to be here. You weren't meant to be here, right? You didn't come here illegally. You didn't wait the line. You didn't, you didn't do the work to get here legally. So, seeing the Asian creator said, no one's talking about the kidnapping. It's not kidnapping in my opinion, okay? I don't believe it's kidnapping. It's in broad daylight. You could see it. These people came here illegally. And really, it's not like they're not bringing these people, arresting these people and then killing them or, imprisoning them. No, they're deporting them to their country of origin. Maybe they go back into the line, right? I mean, like, this is a thing where we could talk about how our immigration laws or process should be changed. Yeah, but we've had years to try. We've had multiple years of Democrat rule. None of them have changed it. So really, it has no Democratic president has really changed the whole immigration rules. So really, this is the consequences of it. It just happens, and this is this is a thing where, honestly, if you don't have sometimes, if you don't really have, because this is a thing where, if you don't really have love for your country, then you should not say shit, right? The Asian creators that say, or any creators, right? Asian, Latino creators that are not supporting their country, America, you shouldn't be in America. Okay? If you support people staying here illegally, you should not be in America. You shouldn't. Right? And I'm not saying like, you know what? I'm also being realistic. If you beat the system, great. If you could beat the system, great. There's plenty of people who could beat the system. But, winning and losing is part of it. These people, sadly, didn't beat the system. This is the thing where you gotta be realistic, okay? There are plenty of people who came here and beat the system, and they're here. There's other people who don't. They get deported. I mean, what do you complain about? What do you cry about? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just saying that, it's like being an adult, live in the real world. There's winners and losers. And at the end of the day, it is not our human right to live in and enter a country illegally. So, if you get caught, you get caught. So what I do hate, okay, is it's funny that the protesting and all that stuff, they like to wave around, foreign flags. Then go back to the country of that flag. I really hate it sometimes, right? That these people want to enter the U.S. They barely speak English, if at all, and they like to rep other countries. Go back to that country then. And now that, America they're not standing for it anymore. Okay, well, you gotta deal with it. Oh, add on to my controversial opinion. I saw some people who trying to stop the raids, right, or vandalize the cities. They should be punished. They should be severely punished. I have no sympathy for if anyone gets injured. Any protesters get injured in their riots, and they're trying to impede federal, forces. I have no sympathy for it. You called for it, right? If you fail, you got hurt. Well, that's comes with the territory. Hell, I honestly think that the federal forces should, go be harder, right? Be more be more strict. Show them that no, this is a law. This is like, we're not gonna allow you to go, try to impede anything. But that's my thought.
I have a genius idea about immigration. Hear me out. I'm going to open a hamburger shop. It's only going to sell burgers and fries. That's it. One item. But it's going to have two prices. If your hamburger was made by an immigrant, it'll cost you $10. If the same hamburger was made by somebody who was born in the US, it'll cost you $22. I wonder how many $22 hamburgers I would sell then.
I'll buy the American made. At least I know that if it's $22, the person who made it is not being used for slave labor. That's the genius idea. This is the thing where this is the Democrat. They they want to use immigrants for slave labor, for cheap labor. Why is it $10? Why is the immigrant's hamburger $10? Because you can pay them $1, right? You can pay them their wage $1, while the 22, you're at least paying the American-born, what, $10-12 an hour? So at least I know that my money is going to someone who can actually live off of their work. They're not being used. Okay? It's like, why are the Democrats promoting slave labor? Why? Right? Such a genius idea. This is why I stopped being a Democrat. Honestly, because it's so stupid. The hypocrisy, the delusion, the idiocy in it. Seriously, you want to promote slave labor? Cheap labor? Is that what you want to promote? That's your genius idea. Absolutely. I mean, people are just idiots. Really? And this is the thing where, you know, what we should promote and, you know, the riots and all that stuff. So instead of, you know, deporting people that will bring down the wages, okay? No, you want to keep them so you can have cheap labor in your own country. So you don't have to pay natural-born Americans higher wages. It's funny that California is like that. You're fine with cheaper labor, lower cost labor, right? So for the millionaires, right? The millionaires, the billionaires that live in California, so they can have people to do their lawns, their maid service, their home, you know, their construction, all the cheap labor they can have. Yeah, that's great.